Guys. All right, things are about to start moving forward very quickly now. We have Mercury stationing to go direct today. We have the Sun and Saturn in an exact conjunction today. And we also have some of the degree placements themselves talking about this being a time and a weekend to really start getting down to business, really start getting serious about things, and beginning to move forward in a new direction. The race is on, I guess I could say. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Friday, February 4th, 2022. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook for the weekend. In this report, I will be talking about the energy for today, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to try to timestamp them in my description box below if you want to jump through like day by day and just click the link and, go to that point in the video. But I'm going to be talking about all 3 days this weekend, as I do in my weekend videos. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what this weekend is bringing us, like I said, is some energy that is really starting to push us forward and help us begin to structure, build, and form our new reality in alignment with all of these huge transformations that have been going on under the surface of things and that now we are really beginning to align with and outwardly express. So let's get into the energy of Friday. First off, Friday, like I said, this, we're kicking off the weekend, and the energy on Friday is definitely about things beginning to move forward, and there is definitely an emphasis on getting down to business. Now, the messages from the stars are like very, very clear that are coming through on Friday. We have the Sun, number one, the Sun and Saturn forming their exact conjunction in the sky. And you guys, this is happening at exactly 2 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. So there's another 2 being indicated in the numerology. Again, I feel like these 2s have been just so significant. And on the day when we have our Saturn Sun conjunction in our 222 month, it's happening at 2 p.m. Eastern. So another little synchronicity there for you guys. This is quite a significant astrological day. Yet again, we have in front of us. So we have we have the Sun and Saturn coming to an exact conjunction at 16 degrees of Aquarius. This also happens to be an exact opposition to my moon. Fun times, but 16 degrees of Aquarius, the Sabian symbol of this degree where the Sun and Saturn are coming into a conjunction today is very telling. That Sabian symbol is a big businessman at his desk. And for those of you who are unaware about the Sabian symbols, what they are is just a group of symbols that describe each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac. And whenever there is a planet at a specific point, making an aspect, discharging a degree, we can just look to the Sabian symbol, and it gives us an additional layer of clarity or information to like overlay on top of the aspects and their meaning in and of themselves. So I personally, as an astrologer, always like to read the Sabian symbols because I just feel like they give us more clarity and interpretation. And yeah, so the Sabian symbol that is in effect alongside this Sun-Saturn conjunction on Friday is a big businessman at his desk. And it's interesting that this would be the placement this year for this conjunction. We have a Sun-Saturn conjunction every year, and this year happens to fall in Aquarius, obviously where Saturn is, but at this specific degree, because Saturn is the big businessman. Like, that's the vibe of Saturn. Saturn is the boss. Saturn is the leader. Saturn is in charge. Saturn makes the rules. Like, Saturn is the businessman. Saturn makes the plan and makes sure that it is executed properly. And we also have quite a few planets in Capricorn right now, which is ruled by Saturn as well. And I feel like this is really telling us today that with the Sun coming to meet Saturn at this degree in Aquarius, it's like all of this energy that we have going on in Capricorn right now that is helping us to create and to use the power of our thoughts and our mind to manifest tangibly into physical reality. Venus and Mars, the lovers together in the sign of Capricorn, manifestation, like Earth sign, like building things, forming things. And Mercury and Pluto also, Mercury going direct today, which I'll get to in a minute, also in the sign of Capricorn. This is like our mind being so powerful, like a very, very powerful force in actually manifesting and creating reality as well. Like thoughts becoming things for sure in a conjunction with Mercury and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So we have all of this creative manifesting energy that is going on in the sign of Capricorn right now. And then Saturn and the Sun are coming together at this degree, talking about the big businessman at his desk. And the Sun and Saturn together, this aspect gives us like tremendous work ethic, and like it puts like all of our life force energy into planning, structuring, organizing, like figuring out and laying foundations for what we want to create going forward in the future, with this conjunction happening in Aquarius right now. And also because of Aquarius, aligning in alignment with our authenticity as well. So, because Aquarius rules the future and it also rules authenticity in its like most extreme forms. And so what this is really saying to us at this point in time, and there is more, we are just getting started in this energy. It's actually like really magical how this is all coming together for us this weekend, considering, the fact that we are in this really magical cycle of miracles right now, this 222 cycle, this great awakening lunar cycle, this Aquarius new moon that began on February 1st, 2022. And each day moving through it so far has hosted a significant aspect or a significant activation happening in our energetic evolution into the age of Aquarius, which is what this is all leading to us right now, and why I really do these reports every day, just narrating the day by day unfolding of this shift of ages essentially. But today we're really being set up to start making some progress towards these goals and use and tap into this tremendous creative energy to actually form and physically manifest in this reality. The planets in Capricorn, while the Sun and Saturn line up in Aquarius at the degree of the big businessman at his desk. So these things that we are in the process of fertilizing within us, creating within us, and that we are going to birth tangibly, physically into this reality, and also through this powerful mental alignment that we have going on right now. We're getting serious about them, and they are for the purpose of liberating us to actually align with a greater sense of personal authenticity and personal authentic expression as well, and really be able to tap into that authenticity and begin to use it as a resource to create and build and support our lives going forward. Saturn in Aquarius with the Sun. So much energy today to really start putting in the work towards these creations that are building within us and these powerful ideas that we're having, and putting in the work, getting really focused, making plans, making arrangements, setting goals, creating strategies, writing blueprints. Oh, my necklace is backwards. Doing like whatever needs to be done so that we can really start moving forward with our plans of how we are going to create something that supports this authentic expression of ourselves going forward, Aquarius. Now, let's talk more about the energy that we have going on today. We also have Mercury going direct, finally, at 25 degrees of Capricorn in a conjunction to Pluto, who is at 28 degrees of Capricorn. Now, Mercury going direct, this represents things speeding up. Things are definitely going to start moving forward now. Things are definitely going to start speeding up, moving faster. Things are going to be more facilitated and less sort of like held back. And with the conjunction going on with Pluto and Mercury stationing direct in a conjunction to Pluto, this is also like destroying our previous held perceptions and conceptions of things, finding out a lot that's been hidden under the surface that really transforms our mind and destroys any illusion that we've been operating under. Our minds have been transformed through this Mercury retrograde process that was largely in the conjunction to Pluto and also began in an exact square to Uranus. And we are now seeing the truth of what we've built and what we want to build going forward. Also, a very significant aspect of what we have going on energetically today. So, Sun, Saturn, conjunction, really working towards creating and bringing forth and manifesting our goals and plans for the future in alignment with our authentic truth and our highest potential. Mercury going direct, things starting to move forward, things speeding up. And we also have Jupiter moving to 9 degrees of Pisces today. This is very interesting too. Remember, Jupiter expands everything. It's a really big and expansive energy. It also brings like gifts and blessings, but it definitely just it's a supersized energy. And we have Jupiter today moving to 9 degrees of Pisces. The race begins. Intent on outdistancing his rivals, a jockey spurs his horse to great speeds. So not only do we have Mercury going direct while we have this Sun-Saturn conjunction talking about really taking action and starting to move forward on these plans, these goals, but we also have Jupiter really supersizing this energy for the next probably 5 days or so about this jockey intent on outdistancing his rivals, spurs his horse to great speeds. So the race begins and it's on. Like, we are moving quickly forward to take action, to start to materialize and really get in alignment with what we need to do to make the things, make our goals, make our plans happen. And we still have, like I said, all of those groupings of planets that are in Capricorn working to help us create in alignment with that authentic truth, Saturn and the Sun in Aquarius. We also today, with Mercury going direct, you guys, now have all the planets. Every single planet is direct in the sky, and the moon is also in Aries. So Jupiter at that degree, the race begins, Mercury direct, all planets direct, while the moon is in Aries, another sign when the moon transits Aries. This is really about taking action, having a fire lit under us, like taking action in some way or being ready to take action on an emotional internal level. So definitely time to take action. The race is on, and start working on and moving towards our plans and goals for the future. Information and ideas may still need to fall into place a little bit for us while Mercury is retracing his steps, coming out of his shadow. And that's likely to happen, especially with this Pluto energy. But things should definitely start making more sense now. The confusion should be lifting a little bit. And energy this weekend definitely wants us to take action and put in the work. To Saturn and the Sun, this is all about putting in some hard work to pursue our goals, our dreams, and our plans for the future. More very strong energy for creative solutions as well, with Saturn and the Sun coming together while Mercury goes direct and Saturn and the Sun being in Aquarius. This is problem-solving energy with Mercury and Pluto together, really penetrating insight into the core root issues. And with Jupiter also at 9 degrees of Pisces, that means that he is also forming an exact sextile to Mars today, who is at 9 degrees of Capricorn currently. And 9 degrees of Capricorn, that saving symbol where Mars is today, is an angel carrying a harp. So this also sets up another interesting dynamic that we have sort of in the background of these big activations that we have today with the Sun and Saturn and Mercury going direct. But let's see. Passions with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and Mars, the planet that rules our energy, our passions, our motivations, our drives, our willpower, in a sextile. This is a supportive aspect, and this is definitely expanding our energy, our passion, and that action-oriented nature today for sure, with the moon in Aries as well. But what these actions that we're taking, this passion that we're motivated or inspired by in this energy in the sextile to Jupiter, is very much motivated by truth and likely to be very spiritually inspired as well, while Jupiter is in Pisces, the sign ruling our spiritual connection. And also Mars is at the degree, like I said, an angel carrying a harp. So there is likely to be a very heightened energy level today, and we're very passionate about pursuing our truths, but there is an aspect of this that is coming from a more spiritually inspired nature, like a spiritual warrior sort of being activated alongside of this. with it being Jupiter in Pisces and Mars at that degree. Actions based in faith or to restore the faith may also be another indication of this energy that we have going on today. Expanded energy though today, with Mars and Jupiter in this sextile, and especially, like I said, with the moon in Aries ruled by Mars, and also with Mars trailing Venus right now at this point in time. Friday, it could be very much some expanded energy and passion and desire to pursue, protect, and defend our heart, or what we have discovered that we really truly love and cherish at this point, and value at this point in time, with Mars trailing Venus while the moon is in Aries and Mars is in the sextile to Jupiter in Pisces. Spiritual truths at the degree an angel carrying a harp. So really, overall today, aside from the fact that we do have Saturn and the Sun in conjunction, I really do love this energy. It could definitely make things seem more harsh or more difficult, more judgmental today with Saturn and the Sun together. Duties, obligations, responsibilities might be really overwhelming or feel extra heavy. The weight of the world is on our shoulders. Saturn and the Sun together can kind of bring this vibe sometimes. And people might be extra cold or critical, just not really soft and fuzzy. This is not that type of a vibe at all. But these experiences also, especially right now in this energy, are showing us how strong we are, how resilient we are, how much we can endure, and what we're truly capable of. Remember, we are in ultimately a period of awakening and self-empowerment right now. And a lot of the difficulty that we're facing and navigating is for the purpose of actually showing us how strong we are, how resilient, how capable, that we can do stuff that we never thought was possible for us. But here we are, and it brings us empowerment and this new perspective. And also that is represented by an awakening in and of itself. So that really is, what we are being tested with. Saturn also rules tests at this point in time, teaching us discipline, self-control, and refining us, testing us, as I said, and also showing us our karma. Saturn and the Sun together, this is shining a light onto our karmic lessons so that we can transcend our limitations and build something more in alignment with our true needs, our true authentic needs that can bring us that true sense of fulfillment, peace, happiness, joy, abundance going forward. So big day on Friday with all of that energy going on. We are sort of in a test period right now with the Sun and Saturn together, but it's pushing us to become stronger, wiser, more resilient, and more self-assured and capable of putting in the work to build this new future that is actually going to be something that we are proud of and that brings us that victory and that success in terms of just our authentic fulfillment in the future going forward into this new Aquarian energy. Now let's talk about the energy for Saturday the 5th. Saturday, Venus finally starts moving forward again. Venus was at 12 degrees of Capricorn for a very, very long time. She slowed down, stationed direct there, held out for a really while, a very long time for Venus to be discharging 1 degree. It was like she was waiting for Mars to catch up. And then as soon as Mars comes within a 3-degree orb conjunction, Venus decides that it's okay to start moving forward again. So Venus moves to 13 degrees of Capricorn on Saturday. That Sabian symbol is a fire worshiper meditating on the ultimate realities of existence. And I feel like this is also fitting, considering again that we have the moon in Aries on Saturday ruled by Mars, talking about the fire, but also talking about what we've discovered, what we've learned, the ultimate realities of our conditions, situations, circumstances, our existence at this point in time, meditating on that, really taking it to heart, really thinking about it, discovering it, and deciding, what we're going to do with it, essentially. I find that to be interesting for this degree placement. Now, aside from Venus finally moving today, we have our moon in Aries, like I said, ruled by Mars, bringing up Mars, who's in the conjunction to Venus, right? But the moon in Aries is also going to be forming a conjunction to Chiron to start our day today, and will also be forming a square to Venus and Mars in Capricorn. So And also the sun is beginning the day still in the conjunction to Saturn. It's holding out, and then, throughout the day, the sun will move to the next degree and break that tension, break that conjunction. But let's talk about these aspects. So Venus moving, the moon in the conjunction to Chiron, the moon in Aries coming into the square with Venus and Mars in Capricorn, and the sun still being in the conjunction to Saturn to start the day. This could definitely be a day of, again, beginning the day, some more heavy vibes, perhaps like a slightly more pessimistic attitude about stuff. We could have some wounds that are being triggered today. That is one of the indications of the energy with the moon coming into the conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer teacher archetype, and also the square to Venus and Mars, while the sun is in the conjunction to Saturn. Remember, Venus and Mars are also simultaneously in a trine to Uranus right now. So there may be some conflicts, some arguments, some fights, or perhaps some surprising or unexpected things or changes going on in relationship dynamics today. Relationships, partnerships, financial agreements, all of that type of stuff. Venus, again, is moving forward at the fire worshiper degree, while we have the moon in Aries, a fire sign, in the conjunction to Chiron, Mars trailing Venus in the trine to Uranus, while the moon is in square to Mars and Venus. This is definitely going to be bringing up, very likely to be bringing up some big time conflicts in relationships today, and perhaps some really hurt feelings or some wounding that is either driving these conflicts or as a result of these conflicts, with the moon and the conjunction to Chiron triggering perhaps some deep wounds within us. This is also, though, it could be because we're also deciding that we don't want the things that we used to want anymore, because we've realized that they've hurt us, and we are making some decisions that may shock or surprise some people. Something about emotional wounding in relationships being acknowledged or meditated on with Venus at this degree, the fire worshiper. This is also talking about those passions and stuff like this, and perhaps with Chiron being aspected conjuncting the moon, maybe some wounding that occurred through some of these relations or something like that. Something about emotional wounds in relationships being acknowledged, meditated on, and with Uranus in the trine, suddenly released or alleviated in some way, leading to a radical change. This is possible. But, with the moon forming the square to Venus and Mars while in the conjunction to Chiron, again, and the trine to Uranus, there could be some real surprising conflicts or fights or situations that come up in relationships today. With Mercury in a conjunction to Pluto, it could definitely have to do with some things that we find out that we weren't expecting, or that we didn't realize, or that we didn't know. And it could cause some very unexpected outcomes as well. With the moon in square to Chiron, there could also be some emotional wounds being triggered in regards to people with power or authority over us in some way, considering that we also start the day with the moon, or with the sun in the conjunction to Saturn, making our life difficult, or just generally like feeling wounded in some way through some type of authority situation or rule or limitation or boundary or something like that could come up as well. But I'm definitely seeing conflicts or fights or just surprising things happening in relationships potentially on Saturday that could bring some wounding. But remember, whatever is coming up right now, if that is the case, it needs to be healed. It needs to be resolved, and it's pushing us to a point of self-mastery so that we can, go through this creative process, this rebirth, and begin to build and form and set goals in alignment with our authentic truth and that fulfillment going forward. It's all working together, and anything that comes up in this energy along those lines is showing us what we need to release so that we can come back into self-empowerment and go through that process. Another interesting thing about the energy today is that we have the sun coming to 17 degrees after it moves out of the conjunction to Saturn, coming to 17 degrees of Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is a watchdog standing guard, protecting his master and possessions. So we may be feeling very protective and defensive over our loyalties and what we hold true and our authentic desires right now as well. That could also be causing these conflicts. Nothing is taking our truth from us. And if our relationships or our partnerships are out of alignment with that truth, that could definitely be what is driving any conflicts that do surface today. Now, another aspect of this energy, we also have the nodes, north and south node, changing degrees on Saturday as well. The north node is changing to 28 degrees of Taurus. This Sabian symbol is a woman pursued by mature romance. So again, this is talking about a maturation of love, of what we value, of what we desire in alignment with our personal authentic truth. This could be what is causing those conflicts. And 28 degrees of Scorpio, where the south node is, what our lesson in letting go, this next few days while the nodes transit these degrees, the king of the fairies approaching his domain. Letting go of our need to be led, letting go of our need to be a part of a hierarchy in any type of a way, stepping back into our own authentic truth in personal self-mastery. The process that we're going in now, we are aligning with the truth of our heart in a much more mature way. And as a result of that, we no longer need a king to lead or guide us. We are, transcending out of that. We are releasing the need to surrender our power because we are becoming self-empowered based on this internal maturation process, and it is likely upsetting the balance of things in our relationships today as we strive for this authentic alignment, and we really, really want to begin building and moving forward in this energy. So this may be a weekend where, things that have been hanging on, things that have been lingering, finally sort of like get the axe, or however you want to put it, just because we really want to be moving forward and not so we're just changing, and it's time to move forward, and we're not really going to be continuing to attach to the things from the past that are no longer serving us. But definitely, there is a healing energy, an awakening energy, and a desire to be liberated to align with authentic truth as the outcome of the energy on Saturday. But again, another pretty significant day that we have going on Saturday. Now let's talk about Sunday. On Sunday, we have the moon still in Aries coming into a square now with Mercury direct and Pluto in conjunction after conjuncting the Eris point. So there may be on Sunday, following whatever came up on Saturday, some secrets or hidden things being revealed or coming out that really set us off and cause us to really want to break free and liberate ourselves from some situation or circumstance in some type of a way, and quickly, now, yesterday type of energy, with the moon being in Aries forming the square to Pluto and Mercury. It's whatever news we're getting, whatever we're finding out in this energy, it's okay, we're done, we're gone. You can't even see us go because we're moved so fast. It's like a blur type of energy, especially with Jupiter at that degree still too. But Mercury and Pluto, with the moon in Aries and square, having made a conjunction to the Eris point, verbal conflict, intense words and conversations, powerful compulsions to say what's on our mind or to defy rules or authority, causing some type of an emotional upset, or perhaps an emotional upset driving this behavior with the square to the moon might be a thing today for sure. A desire to pursue our authentic feelings may also cause power struggles or abusive words or behavior with Mercury and Pluto together. This can be another indication. We also have more indications today of secrets revealed causing disturbances, and this is really crazy. This is a crazy synchronicity. While we have the moon in Aries forming the square to Pluto and Mercury in conjunction after Mercury has just stationed direct, the sun on Sunday, you guys, is going to be at 18 degrees of Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is a man's secret motives are being publicly unmasked. Are you kidding? That's why I love the Sabian symbols, because we have this aspect and effect, Mercury and Pluto together, Mercury having just gone direct while the moon is in square in Capricorn. This is big time secrets revealed that change a lot of things in our public life. And then we have the sun literally at the degree in the conjunction to Saturn talking about karma. and man's secret motives are being publicly unmasked. Like, whoa, there might be some big revelations or secrets or things that we find out on Sunday that actually make whatever happened on Saturday feel a little more justified in some type of a way. I don't know. But that's really the big news that we have going on Sunday. And I think that in and of itself is pretty significant. Sunday is definitely a day of secrets revealed. So ultimately, you guys, really some quite intense energy on Sunday, pushing for disclosures, truth to pushing for exposures and truth to help us break away from what is no longer aligned with us. This process we've been going through all weekend. This is also based on an internal maturation of our wants and desires. Remember, the North Node in Taurus at 28 degrees of Taurus also is now forming an exact trine to Pluto. So this internal maturation process that we are learning, that our experiences, that our lesson is right now in terms of our heart and how we're doing love, Venus also synchronistically, simultaneously moving forward again, finally, on that day. This is definitely talking about this process leading to this rebirth, this transformation, and potentially even these revelations, these secrets revealed that are coming to us on Sunday. And it's moving us in the proper direction forward. It's the North Node. This is where we're going. This is the evolutionary path of our souls. This is the unfolding of the collective blueprint. The next page, the North Node in the trine to Pluto, in the conjunction to Mercury, while the moon is in square. And the North Node is at that degree about the mature woman. And we have the sun at the degree about the secret motives being publicly unmasked. So we got all that. And now, over the next couple days, this is setting us up, you guys, for the moon to be moving into Taurus tomorrow on Monday, where Uranus is, the great rectifier, where the North Node is really going to be activating that destiny, moving us forward in that direction while we have all this energy pushing us to take action, to start moving forward. The things that we are finding out now in this weekend, specifically Sunday, will shift our relationships, partnerships in ways that will liberate us to achieve that authentic alignment and really begin this process of getting to work on building our new future. All of these planets in Capricorn, Sun and Saturn conjunct in Aquarius. So that's what we got going on for this weekend, you guys. Pretty big and profound weekend. Again, first weekend in our Aquarius cycle, lunar cycle, first weekend in our 222 month. So big business transformations and getting down to work. It's definitely time to get moving though. Gonna grab us the synchronicity card real quick. Let's see what it says. God will guide you. This is our message that God wants to give us, universe, spirit, to help navigate the energetics this weekend. He who overcomes shall inherit all things. Revelations 20:14. Be a channel for good of God. Let life, love, harmony, and understanding of God flow through you. Praise God in the midst of you and know every problem is solved by God. When disharmony, discord, or disappointment appear, be assured God is guiding you through it and will reveal the way to achieve your goal. Oh my gosh, with the sun in the conjunction to Saturn. These are our lessons, our trials, our tribulations right now. It's our test, and we just need to work hard, align with our truth, put in the effort, hold the faith, clear out everything that is no longer serving us or preventing us from getting to that place, and begin to move forward. And God is guiding you through it and will reveal the way to achieve your goals. Revelations are coming, you guys. So that is what we have for the report for the weekend. If you guys liked it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think they would be interested. Please leave me comments, hit that subscribe button. I absolutely love your comments. You guys have a Facebook page and a Facebook group if you're interested in that. Wishing everybody a super beautiful weekend. Come back with me on Monday because we have Uranus activation, we have North Node activation, a lot more to talk about in our energetic evolution into the age of Aquarius, the shift of the ages. See you guys then. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye.